Hi, I'm Andy, a collection specialist at Credit Sage, and my goal is to help people learn how they can remove Remex from their credit report. And this is in many cases without paying the debt at all. So if that's you or someone you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is to take. Now, I want to start by saying that this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take action. For example, if you know or you believe that Remex or any of the other accounts in your credit report are the result of identity theft, that's pretty serious, or have a wrong balance after you've already paid, or any other major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And in those situations, we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or, if no issues like that exist and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can certainly help with that too. Just give us a call today. Our number's in the description. And with that, I want to go through, the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here, I think is really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with Remex? Now, I put this one at the top of the list because truly we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. Few people are actually taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business. And fortunately, unless the debt is related to specifically unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So there's no need to worry about that whatsoever. The amount of the debt doesn't matter either. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So, which takes me to, who is Remex and why are they on your credit report? So they're referred to as a debt collector or a credit collection agency. And what they do is they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for very cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount, okay? An example would be, let's say that, for whatever reason, you have an unpaid card with Capital One for $1,000. Remex could, in theory, come along and buy that debt for just $100. But they don't try to collect that amount. They try to collect the full $1,000 from you, which in turn gives them a 10x return on their investment. So these companies can make a lot of money, and damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is actually the primary strategy they have to get you to pay. However, and again, this is something a lot of people don't realize, is that even paying a debt on your credit report does not remove the account attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score that whole time, whether it's paid or not. So a lot of times I tell people, paying the debt isn't actually in your best interest and could just be a waste of money. Now, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score further. So that's something to keep in mind. But in addition to credit reporting, they may send scary letters. They may call a lot, even calling family members and colleagues. And if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case. You want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Let's see here. So should you negotiate a settlement with Remex? So I would say settling your debt with Remex depends on your goal. Typically, if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. Why? Well, it's what we talked about before. Even if you pay that collection, it will still remain on your credit report for 7 years. And that whole time, it's going to be damaging your score. So that's not going to help you. Instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts. And if certain issues exist, then the accounts can be removed. And this is a win-win, right? You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score, and the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Next question here. So how do you remove Remex from your credit report? So The Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. Now, I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem, but that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but you should be prepared to spend weeks, maybe even months, really learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, you can assure that it'll be done properly the first time, and you can save yourself that extra time learning how to do it. And we're happy to take care of it. We've dealt with Remex accounts many times, and they regularly have issues, and we've helped numerous clients deal with them. And we'll take care of it for you as well if you prefer. How can you get Remex to stop calling you? Yeah, well, as I mentioned, Remex will be calling you. It's their attempt to collect the debt they've purchased, which means the only reason that they'll stop calling you is if you, well, one, settle the debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Okay. Next here is, will Remex try suing or garnishing my wages? So Remex suing is unlikely. It can and does happen, but in our experience, it's rare. There are a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, and it's a long process. However, if we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with Remex? So, bottom line is you have the right to dispute any of your debt that Remex has purchased. Okay? Remex is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, or FDCPA. And also, as I mentioned before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, or FCRA. These acts can seem complicated, I get it, but they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use it properly. Now, if you don't have time to research these acts, not a problem. Call us today, and we can discuss your options. Again, our number is in the description, and with that, that's all I have for today. So I hope this was helpful, and we look forward to talking with you soon.